Hello everybody, I'm back again with another tutorial. This is a quick tip and trick tutorial in Photoshop showing you how to do this little cool effect of making it look like someone else is holding almost whatever object you want them to hold. Say like this picture right here I have of some glow that I made a wallpaper of. So I'm going to go to Photoshop. Okay, I'm going to go to File and I'm going to go to Open. I'm going to show you, let's go to some wallpapers. I'm going to show you this wallpaper I made earlier today. There's a pretty cool wallpaper I made of Summer Glau. As you can tell, if you've seen a lot of pictures of Summer Glau, you can see that in this picture right here, she's not holding two lightsabers. Of course, you know, you've seen Star Wars and everything. You know that Summer Glau is not in Star Wars, so you know that right here originally she was holding a gun. One of the gun props from the Terminator series, and right here she is holding two like pistols in her hand right in here. And what I did is all I did was I'm going to show you, watch, okay, a little bit how I did this. So right here I have a sword that I'm going to use, that I'm going to put on some glow, and I did it already right here. This is two swords, and these swords are from like the Blade series or the Blade trilogy, whatever that Wesley Snipes uses in the movie. So I took that the sword from that, searched on Google for the sword, and got an image of it. And right here are two lightsabers. I found these on Google just searching for lightsabers. That's where I got the lightsabers from. So I'm going to show you how I did this, and it's a very simple trick. So I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to start a new project, and I'm going to go to File, New. Okay, leave the settings as default as I usually do, and then I go right down in there, and then I go to File, and not File, but next I'll go to Image Size. Then I size my image to the size I want. So if I'm making a wallpaper, I usually do the size of 1400 by 900 or 1200 by or 1900 by 1200, depending on what you want. So for the size, and those are the two best for like HD size wallpapers, especially if you have a Mac and you want an HD wallpaper. So I'm going to go to image, not image, I'm going to go to zoom. I'm going to put the zoom on 50%. Okay, so you can see that right there. Then I'm going to click on the arrow button so I can drag on the image I want. First, what I'm going to do is get the image of Summer Glau, this one right here. Okay, I'm going to show you how I got the two swords looking like she's holding two different objects instead of this little whatever dagger, whatever you want to call that, and this little blade, sword, whatever that she's holding. I'm going to show you how to. Instead, I'm going to show you how to do it with lightsabers instead of swords, so you can get the feel of holding something different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the image. Let's see, get the eraser, change the size to right about here. Okay, since I don't want this part of the image, let's cut this out. Okay, erase all this. Okay, and just right to where you get, and try to erase as much as possible. If the image is not a solid color or whatever, like this one, it has different parts on the image, so you're gonna take a little while erasing. This is what I do a lot when I'm making a wallpaper or whatever, trying to blend them in. And I showed you this a little bit on my blending effects tutorial, how to blend them a little bit. And then I showed you a little bit on my wallpaper with my screen cap wallpaper, showing you how to do that a little bit. And I'll put links to those two tutorials in the video at the end of the video, so that you could check them out if you want to know how to get started on making a wallpaper. So get more closely in there, okay, as close as possible. And then once you get more closer and closer, start changing the size to a lot smaller. To right about, let's see, 40. Okay, get down in there. Now I'm not going to do it totally perfect for this tutorial. Just a little bit. Just enough to where I can get the effect to come in pretty nice of her holding something else. And once you learn this after me showing you this in the tutorial, you're going to realize, oh, it was that really simple. That is pretty nice and it's pretty neat effect. And it's okay that I erased that a little bit because it doesn't really need to be there. Like, I can completely erase the sword because we don't really need that. Because we're going to put something else there. Make sure you don't erase any part of her hand or look off. We're going to try to blend it in. Okay. Now I'm not going to get it all perfect. And the reason why I don't not using the quick selection or whatever is because sometimes it'll get part of the image because sometimes it doesn't do it correctly. And I don't want to mess around with changing the percentage on the quick selection tool or whatever. So I'll just do this real fast. Okay, just to right about where I can get to her hand perfectly. And then next what you do is say you're ready to pitch your whatever object you want to change to whatever she's want her to hold or whatever. So, or whoever you want. So we're going to go to this layer. We're going to duplicate the layer. So duplicate the layer. Okay, layer number 1. Okay, the copy, this is duplicated. And then what we're going to do is we're going to continue erasing a little bit. And what you do to the top, you're going to do to the bottom, is say you want to get more perfectly in there. Okay, so we're at the bottom, we're going to go back to the top. And to get more of a gist of how this effect works, kind of like a sandwich effect, if you want to look at it that way. To get anyone to hold to get the effect of anyone to hold whatever object. And it works best if the hands are wrapped around on the object pretty nice, and the object are that they're holding, it's pretty similar in width and everything on their hand and everything. It looks better like that. Okay, so we're just going to get the object now. Okay, what we're going to do is look for it. Let's see, get the sword, put this down. Okay, here's the sword. Or I'll just get lightsabers. I'll cut this out. I'll go to File. We're going to go to Open. We're going to go to, give it a second. Okay. Okay, we're going to go to Objects, where I have it in my Objects folder. I'm going to get a lightsaber. Okay. Now I have this lightsaber all ready to go. So that when I want to go like that, okay. And right there. Boom, boom. Okay. And then next what you do is you drag down, after you have resized it and everything to the size that you want it to match your hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down, put it right in the middle, in between the top layer and this bottom layer right there, layer 1. It says layer 1 right there, and it says layer 1 copy. Put it in between that. Okay, and now you can see right now that it looks like she's holding it. And then you're going to want to erase a little bit more of it a little bit. You can play around a lot more. You can erase it. So we're going to erase this a little bit more. on the bottom. You're gonna have to, since it's both right there, and I'm gonna play around with this, erase this, and seeing that her hand is pretty nicely covering it, it's gonna be a lot easier to add the lightsaber on the bottom of this hand. Okay, so we're gonna erase this. Okay, right there. Boom. I'm not gonna completely erase her out perfectly. Just the parts where I want to show the object that I want her to hold, which is the lightsabers. Play around with that. Okay. Go back to the top one. To right about there. Get more closely to the hand. Okay, to right about there. Okay, and then go to right here, erase there. To right about there. And then I'm going to get the lightsaber again. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, flip it around. Okay, holding it on her side. To right about here. Okay, get this. Oops. Go to check that. Okay, then put it right in between, like right about there. Then you can see that the lightsaber looks like it's behind her. So what we're gonna do is play around with this a little bit, get it to look like she's holding it perfectly. So right about there. Then what you do, go back to the top layer. Oh, make sure I check that. Go back to the top layer of her. Okay, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna erase. Actually, we're gonna flip the lightsaber a little bit to right about there. Right about there, make it look okay. Bring it to right about there. Make it look natural. She's actually really holding it. To right about there. Okay. Okay, then what you do is you go back to the top layer and then erase right around in here. So we're gonna erase right there. And boom. And now you can see that it doesn't look like you erased her body or whatever, because I duplicated the layer, so the bottom layer is perfectly still showing. All I erased was the top layer of her, and that's pretty much it. And you want to get it more perfect, you just keep playing around with it a little bit, keep erasing a little more, and play around with that a little bit. You could change the color of the lightsabers easily. Just go to images. We're gonna go to adjust. Make sure I'm on the one of the lightsabers. Here we're gonna go to images, adjust hue and saturation. Well, first, before we do that, we're gonna go to image, adjust brightness and contrast. Because if you go to the hue saturation, it'll also change the color of the handle on the lightsaber. So what you're gonna do is change the brightness, go all the way down to probably around 50, depending on what kind of lightsaber you found online. There's different types that you could mess around with if you're using a lightsaber or whatever. So we're gonna go to OK, leave the contrast at 0. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to images, adjust hue and saturation. We're gonna change it. We're gonna move the hue all the way to whatever color you want it. So since it's a girl, you can make her, or like I showed you in my wallpaper at the beginning, I made it yellow. So you play around till you get all the way closer to yellow. To right about there, you play around with saturation a little bit. Don't do it too much because it might show on the handle a little bit, depending on how her hand is holding it. A little bit might be blocking the colors, so you won't notice it like that much, as you can see here. And that's how you do that. That's pretty much it on the tutorial, showing you how to make a person hold whatever you want. You can make them hold almost just about anything, as long as the hand fits perfectly around on it, and it matches pretty similar, like you see here. And that's pretty much it in this tutorial. I hope you find this tutorial useful. Please comment, rate, subscribe. You can check me out on my website, which is pixelpocketmedia.com. You can check out my other wallpapers I've done there. You got more wallpaper tutorial questions, let me know. I can try to help you out with it over there. And that's it. See you later. Comment, rate, subscribe, and also check out my second channel, Spy Knock. I do random videos there. I'm going to be doing a lot more movie reviews, like two classic movies that I used to watch as a kid. I want to talk about those movies and how they sparked me when I was watching them as a little kid, and I still like to watch them sometimes now that I'm a little bit older and stuff like that. So subscribe to me there, and I've done 3 parodies on that channel. And that's it. See you later in my next tutorial. And that's it.